This is Two Wit, a podcast for women in tech doing life. I'm Melinda Smith.
And I am Christy Campbell.
Indeed. Hi, friend.
All day. Hello. How are you?
I'm awesome. Happy to see your face.
I like that since we've upgraded to this fancier version of our recording software that you play the music and then we both dance and no one can see us, but I still really enjoy it.
And by fancy,
so just imagine. Well, yeah, that's fine too. Just imagine Melinda and I just rocking out, which hopefully all of you do when you listen to that bit of music.
Yeah, you better be. I had that made.
Boop, 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 boop. All right, so
Pay for that? I know.
It's.
I think I paid in lunch.
Ooh, that's. It's funny. So, quick caveat.
Quick.
My coworker left, and so I started talking to not my counterpart in Japan, but somebody anyway. Blah blah blah.
You have like a Japan location.
We have a Japan office. Yeah, that's cool. Actually. They actually started our instance of Salesforce, and it's grown. It's very interesting, although I haven't gotten into it too much because it's not part of my project. So my coworker had been talking to this guy who kind of works off hours because Japan is like across, like totally the other time. So, because time zones are hard. And he said something like, I've got a few questions. And I was like, after 2, it'll cost you. And he said, I'm sure I've got some currency built up there in the office. And I was like, who says I wouldn't want you to pay in cookies? And he said something. It was just great that it was like, I like when you have people that, you can tease with about stuff, 100%. Right? That like some people, if they were like, I have a few questions and I was like, what's it worth to you? They'd be like, oh my God, Christy is so not helpful.
They are 15 hours ahead.
Oh, thank you. I have a tab for that, which I've probably talked about at some point.
We used it. I don't remember why, but we did.
And
I did.
It tells the time, except it's not on this computer, so.
Like Googling?
Hello. Well, no, this one I have this thing that I never have used, but it seems like a good idea. It's like, what is your main focus for today?
Oh, yeah.
And it has a quote. It says, good evening, Christy. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you could decide not to be reduced by them.
I love that.
It also says it's 10 degrees, which I really feel like must
Celsius?
Be not. Yeah. Why? Where do you think I live? Yeah, we're not using metric here. Okay, it's 68 degrees. That's much better. Anyway, again, rabbit hole number 2. Speaking of my project, I have been getting to stretch my brain, which is good and bad. It's an interestingly unsettling feeling when you're talking about things that like 5% about. They're things, but it's not your comfort zone. Like we could talk about workflow rules and I can say things with, a decent amount of confidence, right? After 10, 11 years. But so I've been learning more about Heroku and big objects and Einstein analytics and, just some cool, fun things to know. So it's funny because so this is a big reporting piece that we're looking at, and my manager said something to me like, I'm so happy that you're like digging into these details and you get, because she's like, I get to a certain point and my brain just like shuts off. And I'm like, yeah. This is interesting to me. Like I want to learn these data points and I want to think like, which is totally nerdy, but I haven't really been learning our business. I've only been there since December, which I guess I need to stop saying because it's almost a year, but I haven't really dug into like how the business structure works as a multi-level marketing company. So it's been interesting to learn more about how people, get paid and recruit and gain customers.
Get paid by bringing in other people.
All kinds of fun.
To sell your shit.
But yes, you only get paid if other people pay. It's not a pyramid scheme, okay? Pyramid scheme is only if you sell not real things. A pyramid scheme is defined by
like falsifying
that you
products.
Not. I think it's more that it's promising things that each participant recruits 2 further participants, with returns being given to early participants using money contributed by later ones.
The latter.
So I think that's the thing, that the money is multi-level. Yeah, the financial piece is yes. So the multi-level is yes, recruiting people under you, but the financial piece, like you're only successful if they're successful in a true multi-level marketing. Yeah. Pyramid scheme is via the promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme rather than supplying product.
We digress.
Anyway, so we digress again. So yeah, we're doing cool, fun things with big, fun new things. So it's been good, and I'm very hopeful to have friends and resources to call on so I can say,
yeah,
what is Heroku? Because I've really tried hard to understand, and I just need some help. And I got some. So there you go.
I was helping out on that Caesars project, and I needed like help 2 or 3 times. I'm like, okay, so you explained it to me last week, and I felt like I understood it, and now I feel like I don't get it again. Can we go back over the basics, please?
Well, it's funny because I was teasing my friend. I was like, so I have this question about this, but if you don't have time or that's not your like forte, just tell me, because I don't want to use up my favors. Like I don't want to like cash in on my chips. And he was like, there's no chips. Like, it's fine. And I'm like, I know, but like I have my hierarchy of people that I have to go through, because you can't just milk the same person all the time.
Yeah, they'll get real bored.
Gotta have it right. I don't want to just be the girl that needs things. What have you been learning recently, Melinda?
All right, so I have learned what I'm not good at.
It's such a sigh. I love it.
Well, I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm in such a kind of ho-hum about the project I'm on. The last 2 projects, so the one prior was really cool, but I was kind of low man on the totem pole because I got cut, which is fine. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I was supposed to be cool community stuff. And then, we just didn't notice that it's all custom built.
Yeah.
So I am more acting as a project manager role because the client liked me, and they got kind of burned by a last consultant. So like when we realized this, and I'm like, let me just stay. And the sales guy, because we were still trying to get him to manage services thereafter. So it was like a whole game plan. So I'm kind of playing project manager. Can I tell you, for years, all of my resume writing life, I have said detail oriented, and I might be for shit I'm interested in. But let me tell you how bad I suck as a project manager, like, because you have to do like stuff to a minutia detail that makes me fucking bananas. Like having to detail out the stuff that I get, like fundamentally, I understand from being a client and a user. I totally get why they need it. And I think when I'm provided with really cool stuff like that, I love it. But to have to do it is making me just irritated. I'm just irritated about it all the time.
Well, and like you say, if it's not your skill set and it's not like something that you're comfortable and happy about, and you kind of ended up in this place, that's tough.
Yeah. So I'm trying to muster through, because it's only through like November, and the client they just need a happy face that's local. And I get it, but I'm not rocking it. Side note to our listeners, if the audio sounds different, Christy and I just learned that we have been using our laptop microphones instead of the super expensive microphones we bought. So if we sound like butter now and we sound a little tinny before, we're sorry about that.
And we reserve the right to screw it up again.
Coming into your ears, all smooth, all jazz. Thank you.
Oh, there you are. There's DJ Melinda.
Like I said, broadcasting school coming at you. I was listening to my favorite podcast, and my favorite murder podcast, and they made a joke about something like, yeah, I don't know, it was kind of half-assed, and we're like, screw it, you guys will like it. And I was like, oh my God, that's us.
That defines my entire life.
Yes, man, screw it, they'll like it.
So can I just tell you, later I'll kind of talk about, I had kind of a crappy day, not for any reason. But then I started getting all these, Twitter notifications and
Ooh.
just likes and retweets. And I was like, what is this? And I realized that my partner in crime, Melinda, had finalized our initial plans for our cruise ship adventure.
To whip one ship.
And put them on Twitter.
I meant to email you or text you and then spaced as I do.
To be fair, you could have emailed me and it would have ended up in a black hole, which is, yes. But that's a segue attempt that we're
oh my God, we're totally doing it. And it is going to be so much fun. It is just friends hanging out. How did this start? Like we just talked about liking cruises and you kept saying two at one ship and then we're like, go forth and be happy.
So for me, it kind of goes back to, I've met, and we've certainly talked about, I've met you, I've met other people through Salesforce and through the Women in Tech community of leaders and attendees that I just really like. And so I feel like at some point there was a conversation about like, oh, I like you humans. We should get together and like just go to a resort or
I think that was the
and
origin of Witness. Like Maria Belli was like, we should just go to a resort. Right. So then it branched off.
Yeah. So yes. So that branched off and is a wonderful thing, but not the thing I think was really the initial intention potentially. And so that is what we're trying to get at. Like we have met so many great women and allies and just other great people as well. And I don't make it and crappy people. I mean, it's not like everyone's my favorite person. Sorry. I mean, it's not all puppies and kitties and rainbows, right?
Crappy people come along too. It's a big boat. But it's the largest in the US. Wait, world.
Did you realize that we like accidentally picked the largest ship in the world?
Well, we didn't. You picked that ship and I went with it.
I know, but I picked it partially because of the
newness.
The destinations.
Oh, yes.
Because we're going to go to Coxen Hole. And I mean,
it just kills me. COXEN hole, people. Coxen Hole. And I was like, why? I just don't. I mean.
But it's in Roatan. It's on the island of Roatan. And my parents, who I love dearly, obviously, who cruise a whole bunch, have told me stories. And so, of course, we've talked about cruising as well, partially because that's like a lot of what they talk about, because that's a lot of what they do, which is great. They're both on permanent medical disability. Their kids are grown and they can go and have adventures. And they always talk about the beautiful island of Roatan. And they went on this tour. And every time the tour guide said the name of the island, he said the beautiful island of Roatan. And so as soon as he sent that to me and I read that Coxen Hole was in Roatan, I started laughing because it's almost like when I say right meow, like I can't say it the other way now. Like I can't just say Roatan in my head without thinking the beautiful island of Roatan. And so I think that'll be great. And we're going out of Miami. So we get back on a Saturday. So I'm thinking I'm going to stay Saturday night so that I don't have to worry about rushing from the ship to a plane.
Hell no.
And we can just...
I mean, you dock really early, but that's not the point.
You dock early. We can just go to a hotel and hang out there and then leave Sunday. Or, so if you just want to come to Miami for a Saturday at the end, you could do that too. But really, in the end, I'm sure that we'll end up planning like a group excursion depending on how many people come. But really, like, there's no sponsors. This is not like, I promise you, this is not Salesforce related, except for the fact that that's what brought us all together. So,
and we would honestly be the nerds in the bar with our laptops. I'll come back to a story of how that's relevant, like doing freaking lightning page layouts. But like my favorite part of cruises are like the entertainment on the Lido deck. I love that. So the excursions, I'm always down for. I don't like to overly plan. Nope. I feel like this is good, obviously, for anybody. For you mamas out there, though, this is a limited phone reception to nearly no phone reception, no agenda, and someone else driving vacation. A literal mother's dream.
Well, and the nice thing is, so one of the stops is in Coco Cay, which is a private island.
Yeah. So and should be Bay. It's fine.
Coco Bay? Just because.
Yeah, I mean, what's a K? Coco Cay. COCO, new word, CAY.
It's
Coco Cay.
There's a book that you read when you were a kid that was something
I
about a
did?
K. That was something about a K. But now I'm thinking of the Old Man and the Sea, which is not it.
Arr,
This
I
is
hate the
gonna.
sea and everything in it.
This is gonna.
Do you remember this from
this,
SpongeBob? Or wait, no.
this is gonna come to me. Oh my gosh, we've so derailed. What I was trying to say is,
Family Guy?
in that case,
Simpsons.
you don't really. I mean, you can do excursions, you can do jet skis and stuff, but really, like, it's literally you just go on an island that's all Royal Caribbean people, and they feed you for free. Well, I mean, as included, and then you buy drinks, and you just hang out on the beach, and it's super great. So that one's not even like planning a thing.
So it's been 8 years since I've been on a cruise. Is the whole finagling the bottle in the bag a thing? Because I'm giving that advice out there.
So you can now bring 1 bottle of wine per person, so 2 per room, legally in your carry-on bag. I will confirm with Royal Caribbean, because a lot of what I hear is through Carnival, which is what my parents cruise. You can potentially bring on water and soda. Anyway, we could have a whole. Well, some people drink like a Diet Coke an hour.
Do they
like
charge for soda too?
Hell yeah, they do.
But not water, right?
There's a soda package. Well, I mean, bottled water they would charge for.
But like I can say,
but yeah. Yeah. And tea and lemonade they have.
Boat tap water. That doesn't sound good.
Listen, if you have questions about cruising in general and trying to decide if it's a thing for you, clearly I can nerd out about it. What I really like about it is there's something for everybody.
Yep.
So let's say we end up with 20 people, 10 people, whatever, right? Like, you can all do different things or do the same thing or do nothing. And there's always going to be one other person that wants to do the thing you want to do, probably.
Yep. You can actually book the excursions, or you can just get off the boat and go lay on the beach.
Oh, no. I don't even mean excursions. I mean, like, you wake up for the day,
you go shopping,
and there's somebody, there's somebody who wants to go to the casino, and there's somebody who wants to go play trivia,
wants to go to the pool,
and there's somebody who wants to take a nap. Like, we literally sat on our balcony and drank wine for like hours and just didn't do anything else. So, it's just really
dinner shows. Those are really like one of my favorites.
Yeah. So when I was on the Allure of the Seas, which is a class below this ship, there was Chicago.
Oh, that's right.
As well as other shows.
I go to shows too.
But yeah, there's a show every night. But keep in mind, don't think of this like going to a Broadway show, but you're sitting in a crowd with people who aren't people who usually go to Broadway shows, maybe, kind of. Just that, like, they're rude and loud and maybe drunk or nice. There's a lot of fun shows. They do this. I feel like it's a little bit more for the youngins now, which I say even though I'm only 35. It's a little more spring breaky. But they do this competition show where they have different teams, and you have to be the first one up to bring them the
like
thing.
Deal or No Deal?
And, like, some of it is like, well, no, it's like bring me 5 bras. There's lots of fun things to do.
The like little like,
and we can go dancing.
Like, almost like blue light specials, which is not the right thing. They'll have like specials on like once you hit international waters, you have like specials on gems and diamonds and tanzanite. Come down to Millennial Row.
Oh yeah, they'll try and sell you things all day long. Okay, so again, clearly we can get down a rabbit hole. What I will say is one of my favorite cruise memories is my friends went to this theme party that I didn't go to, and I met them when we went to the club on the ship and had some shots and were dancing. And then I went to leave with my shoes in my hand, and the bouncer guy was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "My feet hurt." And he's like, "Dance barefoot. You ain't never going to see any of these people again in your whole life." And I was like, "You, sir, are correct." And so I went, yes. Except that I was really hungover the next day.
In bed.
But no, actually, I went and laid at an all-inclusive resort under a papusa. What's the word for like my own little straw hut thing?
Your own straw hut?
Like I laid in the shade of my own straw hut and had someone bring me more drinks and food.
Really everything about it. My first cruise with a girlfriend to, I think, the Southern Caribbean. It was probably her suggestion. I don't even remember how it came about. It was a long time ago. 2005 or 6. And there is truly always something to do. There is a ton of restaurants and quick grab and bites and dancing and games and shows and shopping. And I will just warn my fellow drinkers out there, every hallway looks the same when it comes to the room area. So it's super easy to get turned around sober. So you throw a little alcohol into it and you're trying your card in the wrong room. So just be aware of that. And the ship is going to seem a little overwhelming at first, but like give yourself a day. Like the first day at sea and you're like, okay, I got my bearings.
So what also is really interesting, again, because this is a huge ship, like there's entire floors of like kids stuff that I haven't even been to. Like we could both be on the same ship and not even see each other or do the same things. So there's literally the Allure literally has a carousel on it.
I'm so excited.
Like there's going to be some cool stuff to do.
Holy ship!
I'm so excited. I love it.
Holy ship is going to be so much fun.
Holy ship. And you guys, we're going to be talking about this for almost a year, okay? So listen, if you're like, oh my God, cruises are so expensive, you guys are so bougie. All you have to do is put down a deposit. We're working with a travel agent. So we're all going to be in a group.
They'll be like
and it's going to be great. And
so
then
much time,
you have so much time to save up
all
money.
The food's included. I'm talking like soft serve pizza at 3 a.m., 24 hours. The alcohol, there are soda packages. Someone mentioned that there might be alcohol packages. If not, in the past, I've always packed a beer, or not beer, a bottle.
No. Excuse me. Number one, you are quote unquote not allowed to sneak alcohol on the ship. Number two, there is a drink package, but the caveat is that it's a daily package, and I'm pretty sure everyone in your room has to do it. They may have changed that. But keep in mind, you'd have to average like 8 drinks a day for a week. So if you can go hard, giddy up. I can go hard like one day. But the drinks are like normal drink prices. Like, so if you're going to go out, it's not like they're super expensive, you know? So when I was in Alaska, granted, I mean, I was with my mom and my dad and my brother, so I wasn't with a bunch of girlfriends, but you know, I'd go down, have a nice cocktail at the Alchemy bar that was like the foo-foo, hipster's not the word I want. Like what's like the throwback, right? Where they're like, they hand mash your stuff and they have the little, you know, the bars that I'm talking about that they make like, yes, like real foo-foo craft with the guy in like the old-timey banker looking outfit.
Handlebar mustache.
Yes. Or you can so there's a lot of choices. Anyway, like I say, we could talk about this for forever.
So every other cruise though, I know you're not supposed to bring alcohol, but I put a bottle in my check luggage. So you got to buy the bottle in Miami. And of all my cruises, I've only almost gotten busted once. So again, it's been 8 years since I've been on my last one. And they may have changed the rules, but back in the day, the TSA scanning x-ray thing is different somehow on a ship. So the only one time I got busted was my Hawaiian cruise. And the person ahead of me was like, oh, that's my bottle of shampoo, because they couldn't open the bags is what it was. Like they weren't allowed. So they call you down. So she's like, I have a bottle of shampoo. And I remember, ooh, there's a bottle of suntan lotion above the clothes beneath the clothes is the bottle of Grey Goose. So I was like, oh, it's this. Okay, fine, go. So I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble or instigate that, but I know that I've skirted the deal. But if you need to find out and tell everybody though, if we can bring the individual
You can bring a bottle of wine per person. I'm 99% sure. I will confirm. But it's possible. I own a Shamboos bottle. Really, they're looking for the shape versus that it's liquid. Again, we could talk about all these things, but really, do you remember one time?
Shamboos?
Yes.
Anyways, one time.
They're fake shampoo bottle labels.
Fuck yes.
Okay, so one time I went to, I think actually Miami. We went to Publix and bought liquor, and we bought spray bottles and this other weird shaped bottle and used a funnel to fill them with liquor. And we're all ninjas about it. And we get on the ship and my ex-husband is like, oh my God, the Jack and Cokes are only like $5. Forget that. And so he just bought them everywhere because you can't have it with you, right?
Bad.
So like I took sweet tea vodka and would start the day with like some in my my water bottle, and then I'd put lemonade in it in the cafeteria, and then, or in the cafe, whatever. And then, but after that, I would just buy a drink at the pool, so.
Yeah, they're really not expensive. I just will warn people that it is, you don't actually use your card or money on the boat. You have a little card that's attached to your name. So it's very easy to just put it on the room, and then check out. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do?
But you can see your bill on the TV.
This is true. Yeah.
In real time. So if you are, so here's what I guess we're saying. If you're on a budget, you can get an interior room. You won't even be in it all that much. And you could not drink alcohol or just drink some and still be a good time and still be wonderful. You could even not go on excursions.
Yeah.
And
you just
honestly,
get off the boat and just have fun.
Honestly, one of the best parts to me is like having dinner with people when you've done different stuff all day long, and you can talk about different stuff.
Yep.
So, or you can rent they have I'm pretty sure this ship also has a water theater. So there's literally like acrobatic-y things they do above a pool at the back of the ship, and there's rooms with balconies that overlook the back of the ship and the water theater. Like, if you want to be bougie and do it up, you can go the totally other direction and go crazy. Yeah. So it's totally up to you.
I'm going to be bougie. I'm doing the balcony room.
I mean, maybe not that bougie. Balcony's like mid bougie.
You just meant
you're not getting like a presidential suite or something. You
just meant me in general, and I was like, true. Or like, not her bougie.
I'm like frugal bougie. Is that a thing?
Melinda bougie. I'm doing the balcony room. I'm excited. I mean,
yeah.
I hope. All right. So for anyone that doesn't want to cruise, you're super bored with this entire segment of the show.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. But we're going to have a good time. And you should want to cruise.
It's
just
so
kidding.
Fun. I'm just looking forward to the fact that there's been a lot of interest, and the Dream-Ins are, of course, Dreamforce is amazing, but the Dream-Ins are a ton of fun because, you get to spend time with your friends, and it is a possibility that I get to spend time with my friends and do nothing. I don't need to prove ROI. I don't need to show up anywhere. I don't need to speak about shit. I can hang out in my polka dot bikini that I have not purchased yet.
I mean, there'll be plenty of shopping.
So much shopping.
Don't you worry. It's also possible that we're going to need matching t-shirts for embarkation day.
Muster station.
So that we can all find each other. I'm just going to put it out there. We could potentially design a shirt, but if that is too much effort, or we could do both. There's also a great shirt that's I'm on a boat. Which
no one can see my face. My hands,
oh my God,
grasping my face. I am so excited.
The I'm on a boat shirt.
Absolutely need shirts for embarkation day.
The I'm on a boat shirt is especially my favorite because people get very pedantic and they're like, "This is a ship." Boats don't have captains. This is a ship. And I just want to play Lonely Planet for them. Holy ship. Actually, maybe we need to get Holy Ship shirts now.
Hashtag holy ship.
Holy ship. That's better than two wit one ship because it looks like two wit tone ship. So your laugh right now is just my favorite. That's why I said it again, just to make you laugh again.
It's so funny to me.
So based on
that, what's his name? That coyote cartoon that he I can't
based on the capitalization of two wit one ship, it looks like two wit tone ship. I don't even know.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh man.
Less than a year.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be super fun. That's really what I just said.
Super fun. So also another side note, hashtag is my life. So the second part of podcast of podcasts will come out the next one. The just kind of wrangling everybody, as I'm sure everyone can imagine, has been not like hard, just everyone has a schedule. So there's like 3 others that we're trying to get. And if not, it doesn't work out, no big deal. Christy and I will provide the soundbite of who they are, and then everyone will have it. Some cool things.
Hopefully people have enjoyed learning about some other podcasts that maybe don't involve as much giggling.
and there's new music. I threw in some new music between. Don't sound surprised. You're supposed to have listened to it.
I already speak it. I don't. Oh, I guess that one I didn't know all of. Okay, fine.
I'm saying there's
That's
new
my
music
homework.
between those spots as opposed to
Okay.
our intro. It doesn't matter. I know. I made it different.
I love you that you care.
I mean,
and that you know that you control all the things.
I do like control. You'd think I'd be a better project manager. I hate it so much. I hate it.
I mean, you manage me as one of your resources.
It's different. So anyways, that one will come out the next episode-ish or so.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got one holiday down.
Yeah.
And there's 2 left.
Which one's your favorite?
Well,
out of these 3.
That's interesting. I don't really care about Halloween. I guess I would, a part of me wants to say Christmas, but I think that's sort of bitter bear because for my ex, Thanksgiving was the big deal. And so that's when we were the Thanksgiving host people. So I'm actually not traveling to see family this year. So we'll see. Last year was kind of a weird, like hibernating year. So I think holidays are weird in general. We had 0 trick-or-treaters yesterday. So I now have a bowl of candy.
Yummy. What kind?
As I'm sure many people do. The kind that the lovely and talented Kelly Bentubo brought to our WIT event and gave me half of the remaining bag of so that I didn't have to buy candy. That kind. There's Snickers in there, but I've eaten all the peanut butter Snickers, which is a new thing I've learned about. What's your favorite holiday of the 3?
For many years, it was Halloween. And it still kind of is. This is kind of maybe a flip-flop for others, but having a kiddo has added a little complexity because Josh and I always did like fun couples costumes and went to parties. So now it's a little different. You have to make sure that, well, and the party's usually on the weekend. So that's kind of not fair to say, but let me back it up. I feel like I was just blaming this on my kid. He's not home a lot now that, he's flying so much. So like we didn't get to do the party last year or this year. So it kind of sucked the fun out of it. But the reverse is, yeah, right.
That's what husbands do.
Last year, Ollie didn't get to trick or treat. In the year before, we took her to like this street down Long Beach because I wasn't going to take her into creepy ass houses with syringes in there. They're like, here, have my extra heroin. So I took her like for real trick or treating with her classmates, and she was so excited. She comes bouncing down this porch like, oh my God, I really love trick or treating. Like just so excited.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see a little picture of her. What did she wear?
She was Poison Ivy. So she wanted to be the Hulk first. And then she decided she wanted to be Gamora because once when I was out of town, Josh showed her Guardians of the Galaxy, which it's fine. I should probably be a little bit more about TV, but I'm not. I was like, well, babe, that's kind of not for a 6-year-old. He's like, don't worry. I fast forwarded through the scary parts. So she wanted to be Gamora. So we went to order the costume and the wig, and it just wouldn't get here on time. He's like, well, I'll just take her to this costume store, which he did, and she found Poison Ivy. Ooh, so really, all of those are green, and the 2 ladies have red hair. So I think it was really motivated by the red wig because she doesn't know who Poison Ivy is, but she had a great time. I actually had like so much fun with the parents in the same neighborhood, like school as her, that she goes to school with. So we walked around drinking like hot toddies and the kids were so excited. And then this one house in this neighborhood, like does it up. Like they do a haunted house in their front yard. I'm talking sectioned off with black plastic, pop guns, chainsaw. She's like, yeah, I want to go in. I was like, really? I'm like, okay. And one of the parents was like, you want to? I was like, she wants to. I'm like, that's fine. And the only time that she was annoyed or jumped was the like cap gun. We had creepy clowns jumping out at us, chainsaw, like real chainsaws that I think that probably the chain was off of, I want to believe. So I was like, but yeah, she just was. And I thought, well, either she's fearless or she's 6 and she has no reason to fear those things. Why would she? Why would she fear a little kid why it's scary yet. Or you know what I mean? So it was a lot of fun. So I'm back to your original question. I still think out of the 3, Halloween is the most fun. But I dig Thanksgiving because we get to hang out with my mom, and it's usually going to her, which means a week of not doing anything at my, like being in charge. But then now this year we're doing our second annual holiday cocktail party, which I'm super excited about. And last year we did it all based on I found a like throwback retro dress I wanted to wear. So I decided to throw a holiday cocktail party with like old fashions and Manhattans and paper planes and like fancy drinks and, pretty glassware. So I was like, let's do it again this year. So that's kind of becoming my favorite too. Now that we have this like home that's good for entertaining, having people come over and make them cocktails. So I actually do kind of enjoy the entire holiday season, but I will tell you, January 3rd, I'm over it. I'm over the snow. I'm over the cold. I want it to be spring. And that doesn't happen. Yeah.
Already.
Yeah,
You're already over it.
Stuff. Like, let's go back to nice weather. But I don't know if you knew that, but Colorado doesn't give a shit that I feel that way.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't surprise me, sort of.
It's cute. It's
sorty.
Like you kind of call
really
me shorty, which I found endearing.
In general, I guess I would say Christmas. I have buckets of Christmas decor, and I have good Christmas memories of we weren't allowed to go downstairs, but we would sit at the top of the stairs and see. We used to get like a big gift with our stocking from Santa, and it was annoying because we each had a place that we sat, and my dad handed out gifts one at a time. And you could see my brother's place from the top of the stairs. So he would know what his big gift was, but we couldn't go downstairs until my parents woke up and my grandparents got there. And so I didn't know what my gift was. And just like I have
Bastard brother.
Visceral memories of this. I know, right? What a jerkhole. But yeah. So just things like, it's funny now that I'm thinking about it a lot. Like, so Santa brought my brother a stereo. And then the next year he brought my sister a stereo, which was the same brand. But then the following year, my sister, I don't know if she was moving out or I don't remember why we would have needed another one, but maybe I just felt left out. But by then, like technology had improved. So I got like a stereo with like a 5-disc CD changer. Oh no, it wasn't just the player, it was the changer.
That was the jam back in the day.
So you could have 5 CDs in there. Yes, and they were like jealous of me. But here it was like, I'm the third kid, right? So I get like the green Easter basket instead of blue or pink, So like the only time it benefited me was with the Santa CD changer stereo. So, right? So there you go. So Christmas is my longest ever answer.
Do you have a favorite holiday drink?
No.
Cool. Awesome.
I don't like eggnog.
Thanks for helping out.
Oh, yes, it's The Haunting of Hill House.
Editing is going to be fun. I think I said this last year, and I'm sorry to people that remember.
Rumbauer?
Well, I mean, Rumbauer is always my favorite. I think I like eggnog. I want it. It sounds amazing. No one else likes it but me. I'll get like a half a gallon, and I have 1 glass, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so thick. It's so sweet. I can't deal.
Wait, hold. I do have a favorite fall drink. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Caramel vodka, apple cider.
What? Go on.
A little floater of the champagne.
What?
Prosecco, whatever. And like apple chunks. It's like fall sangria.
I'm sorry. Wait.
There's literally salted caramel vodka.
Made by?
I got one from Smirnoff. I think there's another one, but it's not like Burnett's. Like there might be one. Who's somebody that Pinnacle does the whipped vodka? They might have
Pinnacle
one.
Does.
It's in a glass bottle. Okay, it's not plastic.
Oh,
but I mean, it is the brands that do like flavored vodkas, right? But I had some last year when I was tailgating. My friend had it, and I was like, "What is happening right now?"
I do love a good cider.
And Tuesday night, I had some apple cider and caramel, and I mixed it up and like left the apples in it. Ugh, it was dangerously delicious.
Caramel, vodka, apple cider, chunks of apple, a floater of champagne.
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean,
the champagne
you can listen.
Throws me. You look.
You can. It makes bubbles this is my own recipe, but you can Pinterest it up. If you just do like salted caramel apple, like you can get real crazy with it. But like, I just was like, hey, there's champagne in the fridge. Does this need some bubbles?
Ooh,
And the answer was yes. Yes, it did.
I love it. I'm going to try it.
So there
I
you
don't
go.
typically like my booze hot, but I did have some chamomile tea and bourbon last night, so it was pretty good.
Ooh. Oh, I was going to say, no, I do it with cold cider. You could probably do it with hot cider,
Cider comes
too.
cold?
Yeah, it's just like apple juice, but it's hard-pressed cider.
You're blowing my mind all over the place right now.
And I even bought it at the organic fancy store because
Trader Joe's.
that's the one that's no. That's the one that's closer to the place that the store that's closer to the liquor store is called Organic Harvest. And so I bought what I realize now is a gallon of cold cider, actually.
Apple juice. Okay, so for my horror film aficionados out there, I've been watching scary movies way longer than I should. When my parents got divorced when I was 3, one of the many things my mother said to my father was like, don't take her to scary movies. So I saw Pet Sematary in the theater. I was crazy young then. I've seen all of the scary movies because my dad liked them. And I do love them. I will say after becoming a mom, I have a little less tenacity for a lot of the gore. No good reason. I think I'm just kind of like, ugh, it's unnecessary. But I decided to watch after hearing,
is it more like the mind fucky that you like?
I really like them all, honestly. I just feel like lately I've gotten less tolerant. Maybe I just mamby-pamby. I'm telling you, I used to be so much stronger and then I meet a human. So I keep hearing about The Haunting of Hill House. So it's this great 10-part series on Netflix, scary horror. And it is very good. I really enjoyed it. My husband really enjoyed it. I'm sure you guys know by now, I love TV and movies. And I love to be in chat rooms about movies and TVs and talk about shit like it's fucking real when it's not real. But this was a fun series where we would talk after it. Like we'd be like, okay, no more. We got to go to bed. And we'd be like, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And I love doing that stuff. Yes, I know it's fiction. Yes, I know it's going to be all spelled out in a few episodes, but I love that. But here is my but. I did enjoy it. I like the psychological part. There was some good jumpy parts, but it ended in a happy tone. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone since it's probably still new, but I was expecting a little bit more dark and macabre and, oh my God, my dreams are so fucked for the next month. And it was, it kind of wrapped it up in a really nice package. So if anyone is looking for whoa, that freaked me out and wrapped it up nicely, that's a show for you.
It's a knife safe horror.
Totally. For the freakazoids like me that are like, ugh, I wasn't even scared once in this last episode. I was a little disappointed.
Why didn't you get decapitated?
Yeah, I was like, only 2 more people died. I mean, come on. I don't know, 2 or 3, 10, I don't know, 1. I say that on purpose. I liked it. I expected a little more from the ending, I guess. And we watched it, and there was one of the episodes, a movement in the house. Josh and I are sitting on the chaise part of the L-shaped couch. I am sitting closest to the armrest, and I think I see something in the kitchen. And I'm like, you're being skittish. And then I see it again, and I look over, and there's a mouse. Mises are just a thing in Colorado, and especially when it gets cold. So this little mouse runs, and I do the... So Josh is... Oh, I've got it flip-flopped. He's closest to the armrest. So I'm looking over him into the kitchen, and I make that... And he freezes with his face to me, and he's like, what is it? Like, I don't want to look. I was like, it's just a mouse. He was like, oh my God, you can't do that watching a scary movie.
Did you name
the Mies? I think Nikki named the mouse at the rental, like Howard or something, but it's, they just got to have work and come back out. And it's a thing here. And they're just Mises. So anyways, I'm also watching.
I'm happy you saved Josh from sudden
he was
mouse
freaked
death.
out. I'm also watching the Eli Roth part series about kind of the history of horror. So I really did like it. I think it was well done. I guess I expected a little more fucked upness in the end. And it was kind and gentle. I was like, oh, all right.
I mean, I watch like romantic comedy kind of shows. So if anyone wants to talk about those, then you can message me. If you want to talk about gore, you can message. I don't like horror movies when there's any possibility of them actually happening, maybe. Like The Ring. Like, I get that it's not going to happen,
Well,
but like
I
it
think the
could,
safe part
but
about
like
The
not.
Haunting of Hill House is that it's all based on like a home and people that lived in the home. So it can't happen to you. I think the ones that got me the most were
Well,
The Exorcist got me bad.
mm,
And
listen, when I was younger, Edward Scissorhands got me. Okay, so
oh, so you didn't have a father that showed you Pet Cemetery in the theater where you had to sit in his lap because you were so scared?
seen Pet Cemetery to
Oh,
this day.
okay, cool. Yeah, it's a Stephen King movie. It's fun. My dad was fun. He did have a lot of
Yeah,
boundaries.
don't do that.
I liked Poltergeist. I liked them all. Freddy Krueger bothered me most. Exorcist bothered me most. I think because they can
I
get
like
into
Poltergeist.
yeah.
You should put a shirt.
Mhm.
We've had a lot of good quotable things. We've got Holy Ship. We've got here. We've got Here Is My Butt.
Wait, here's my butt.
Wait, some other good. We digress. Continue.
I mean,
Anyway,
when
sorry.
don't we?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, now's the time for a super fave.
You have to go first.
So I woke up this morning and my goal this week had been to leave my house by 8 a.m. Because ideally I get to work at 9 and I just have been not. It's about a half an hour. So 8 is like a good, and I brought in an accountability friend. I'm like, ADD is on, but I'm going to do it, and I didn't today. And I was late for me. Like, it's fine. My job is not regimented in that way. And I put in the time. It's not that. It's just, so I just was really like, I woke up and this is not sounding like a super fave, but there's a point to my story, I promise. Um, I just was like, literally, as I'm getting ready, I'm like, I can't even, I've been thinking about the Rachel Hollis last 90 days. Like, I can't even keep a promise to myself, and my room's a mess, and where even are my shoes? And I want to buy, it's just one, and I call that a shame spiral.
Totally.
And, but I definitely am aware of it. So it's at least not like my depression is winning totally, right? But, anyway, so I was at work and I got some stuff done, and I am smart and accomplished and it's fine, but I just was like, ugh. And my former sister-in-law, I guess how she's defined, she posted something on either Instagram or Snapchat, or I don't know, I asked her about it. And it's this app called Selfish Babe. And there's a variety of facets I haven't even gotten into yet, but there's also a daily motivation. And so it's just like a you got this kind of motivation, which just kind of spoke to me in the moment. And so it's
I
like
like it.
push notifications. Um so yeah, so I downloaded that today, and I'll tell you, I mean, I can tell you about my other super fave too, or you can do
No,
one and then
keep
I'll
into it.
continue. So yeah, so I mean, I had a decent work day and I did all right.
Where are you?
And
Come
then
back.
sorry, I had to plug in my phone. Um I had a decent work day, like it's fine. I came home and I had wine, because of course I did, and I was renewed in my joy of the Capabunga, which I got at the Lassiter Winery, which I talked about how much I loved it and joined the wine club. But it's basically like a silicone rubbery cap for wine that's flat. So I love me a good wine stopper, except I don't always have the fridge space for that much vertical when
Oh,
you get
totally.
like a
Yeah.
tall one. And so it's literally just a flat topped um cap that goes on wine, and it's
You
so
know I love
smart.
silicone toppers.
It's so smart. And so I literally had that, and I don't know if I've also um what's the phrase I want? Like wax poetic? Is that the phrase? Where it's like gone on and on about. But anyway, about my love for Marcona
I like some
almonds.
waxing on. Yeah.
Um Marcona almonds are delicious, and they sell them at Trader Joe's, so this is like a double whammy, that you brought that up earlier. But, yeah, wax poetic means to become
Mm-hmm.
increasingly verbose and romantic in speech. Um,
Aw.
Google. So, Marcona almonds are just like waxier,
Are those
oilier, I
yeah,
guess, than
they're
like your
like
standard what you think
off-white
of like
colored?
they're Spanish.
Oh, we've had this conversation. Then they are oily and salty. God, I love those.
Maybe we have. And yeah, so I got some at Trader Joe's that are they have truffle salt on them. And
Mm.
so I mean, and then so I just had some wine and Marcona almonds and read a book and it's gonna be
Feels
fine.
so zen.
Yeah.
Are
It was
you a
good. It was
bather? Do you take baths?
no. Partially because number one, I don't well, I do have a bathtub in this house, but in the guest bathroom. But I don't fit very the um surface area of me does not fit very well in normal sized bathtubs. So
I
then
get
I just
bored.
feel, yeah, I feel bored. And then like my knees are sticking up, like my
Mm-hmm,
boobs are
mm-hmm.
out, like it's not
And do I
relaxing to
wash?
me.
Because then I'm in it? Or is it just for the lounging?
And then if you put enough water in it, like if you know there's like a big nice clawfoot tub, by the time I get in it, then it's not even hot anymore, really.
I mean, they are loungeability. When I had a tub, I would do like candles and read a book, but there's a lot of prep that goes
The
into
logistics of that just
10 minutes
annoy
of me being
me.
like, well,
I would
I
rather just sit on my
I want to be in my
couch.
jammies. Yeah, totally. My favorite blankie.
Good, I'm happy. So, what's funny is I have an alpaca blanket that Amber Boaz and her husband gave to me, and
Oh,
it's probably my favorite blankie, except the puppy chewed a hole in it.
why?
'Cause she's an asshole. I don't know, because it's delicious. Maybe I don't know, but I went to use it, and like the part of me that was cold, there was a hole. So anyway, she didn't chew it today. Like it's been chewed, but I'm not getting rid of it because I love it. But it literally has two
Oh,
big
I mean,
holes in it.
let me tell you, my favorite blanket has cigarette burns in it, not even from me.
Mm.
This is a blanket I've had since I was like, I don't know. I can remember it back to high school. It's probably grade school. It's one of those like 80s blankets that's like a koala print on each side, but like one's a darker print than the backside
Oh,
print.
yeah.
It's got like the jacked up like edging on it. Yeah, and it's got a cigarette burn from either my mom or my stepdad back in the day. And I freaking love
Oh,
that thing.
that's so
But I
funny.
hide it like a dirty secret. Like I hide it when any other humans are in my house or even the cleaning people because I'm like, don't look at my
Is it like a
blankie.
full-size blanket or is it like tiny?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's like a full-size queen blanket and it's fuzzy and furry and there's not a blanket that compares to it and I won't
Interesting.
ever get rid of it, but I don't need anyone to see my dirty
Now we
secret, my
know.
koala blankie.
Now we all know. So that was my turn that frown upside down a little bit. And of course, those Twitter notifications about the cruise got me excited. And
It's gonna be
seeing
fun.
your face got me
Well, and it's
excited.
good people to give people enough notification. Like,
I have done a cruise where it's like, oh, sure, blah, 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 right? But I've also done a cruise where we budgeted and we had like a daily allotment to ourselves. And it's a great feeling of knowing that you aren't going to get home and see that bill and be like, oh my God,
yeah,
what are we going to do?
that's what I was
So
trying to go for. But I like
that's what
your
I'm saying
plan
about
better
planning
of like
ahead.
save and not pay interest on it because that is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like people have almost a year. Like that's like you could get there, like I'm just gonna Google now because math
The
is
tickets
hard.
to Miami.
Well, yeah, but like
Oh,
if you're saying you're paying 1,000, let's say all in, you try and go as cheap as possible and you want to pay $1,000. That's $83 a month
well, it's. I mean, I think
if you live in Florida.
the cheapest double occupancy interior room is like 15. Oh, just for the
Hmm.
record.
Oh, double occupancy. I guess I was thinking per person.
Ah, no, true.
Fine. Okay, 1,500.
For
That's
two people.
$125.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to make it like literally, we're not trying to talk anybody into this. If you can't afford it or you feel like you won't enjoy it if you can't do certain things, like I get it. Fine, you do you. Literally, guys, Melinda and I and her husband and Amber, we could go the four of us and be fine. If no one else comes, that's okay too. But we would love for more people to come. if you want to come and be, happy and enjoy it. And if you want to not eat lunch out 4 times a month, that'll save you $125 ish, depending on where you eat lunch. Just kidding. That's expensive. It's fine. Math is hard, guys, but you can do it. We can do it. We can budget and save, and then get the credit card points by paying on your credit card, and then pay it off.
Yes. I'm excited. I like your plan because I was like, oh, I'll just pay now and then pay it off. But you're right. The paying the interest makes no sense. I'm actually going to
you can hide your money from yourself.
Well, what I'm going to do is open a different. So I have a basic savings. I'm going to do like a high yield savings for like the I'm not touching. And then the basic savings kind of second checking account for, I need to touch that later. We can have a whole nother money conversation. I got to talk to Matt Bertuzzi this week. We talked about fire.
Oh my gosh, we should bring him on and talk about money.
He is so freaking smart.
Maybe he's our next ally because he's the best.
Yeah, and he had some really great. I mean, he's not going to be like, let's go through your budget and you should get rid of this. Like, that's not his bag. He was just like, look, this is the goal. Like, get rid of thing that you're paying extra taxes on. Don't pay extra taxes. We talked about past 401ks and rollover, and he had this great advice, like, go and find out the percentage or the markup, or I'm not using the right words, basis points, something like that. And I was like, wait, what? Didn't even know that was a thing. So yeah, we should, because he is super smart about that. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time. It's a lot of fun. Just come play with us on our Float No Hana.
And back we go to that. Do you want to talk about your super faves?
The two I have is I'm kind of falling back in love with my camera. I'm a photographer at heart. I have been since I was like 16, 15. And I don't know, kind of got away from it for a little bit. Just wasn't enjoying it. Or I went through a phase where everybody's a fucking photographer. The new iPhone, click here and you can blur the background. And I was like, oh my God, do you understand learning the aperture and the shutter speed and all that shit that you learn to make that happen? And iPhone's like, just touch here. Yes. And I was like, God damn it. So I went through a phase where I'm like, everyone's a photographer. Everyone has a camera. Everyone has 14 edit apps. So I just kind of didn't. I put some of my more artsy stuff on Instagram. And my kiddo, I'm not on there a ton, but that's where I like to kind of keep that kind of stuff. So there's just been little things lately that I've been trying to bust it back out. And I brought it out to do some pictures of Olive's classroom and all the kiddos and the parade. So yeah, I'm kind of falling back in love. But what I need to do now is I need to fall back in love with the editing platform. And I don't know what it means. I've had the opportunity or the offer lately to do maybe some other photo shoots again, which I was getting kind of excited about. And then we are going to have some family photos done in some ideas that we want. Stay tuned. They should be fun. So I have a photographer friend who I feel is just amazing. So yeah, that's just kind of it. Like kind of falling back in love with something that I've had a passion for since I was super young.
I was trying to look at past episodes because I feel like you've talked about that before, but I think you and I have just talked about that before, and I'm super excited about it. Maybe like when I was at your house.
The photos. Yeah, Josh has been wanting to do these ones for years, and I'm either haven't been into it or haven't made the time. But we have it booked. I got like a creative spurt last night. We both went to like sleep and lay down. And then I sit up and get on my phone. And he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I have ideas and I need to put them down right now. So I have like ideas for the photos. So they should be fun. They should be artistic yet funny and fun. So there's that. And then my other super fave, which I may or may not have mentioned before, is this Incredible Burger, which it's like a meat alternative. It's not like Beyond Meat. And I had one again recently, my new thing for anybody out there that's maybe not liking meat alternatives or thinking about not eating meat. Veggie patties, bean patties, these faux meats when it comes to burgers, I feel like are better if you do them well done. So I finally got that. I tried the Incredible Burger it was pretty good, but then the next time I had it, I was like, this is like mushy. And then when it's mushy, it's like veggie soy mushy. It's yucky. But I had it again recently. I hadn't in a while, and I had it well done, which is all this yummy stuff on it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so freaking good. It's like, does it make me miss, I've been.
Wait, was
it? It was
incredible?
Stinking incredible. I had a bunch of veggies on it. I'm really enjoying it. I was going through a phase there for a handful of months that I was feeling very, ho-hum about not eating meat, and I was allowing more cheese in my world, which wasn't making me feel good, but I was like, screw it. Cause we had the whole conversation that I ended up having to go back on medication, which I didn't want to do, but I'm feeling much better. I'm happy I did it. But I don't know how long it'll last, but I decided to keep eating this way because I just feel better. But I was making all these concessions for allowing, I don't know, a bite of a chicken wing here, or just a little bit of cheese there. And I just wasn't feeling good lately. So I tried to just reel it all back in and get back to, what I know makes me feel better. So I had the incredible burger, went out with some friends, and we went to this burger joint, and I was like, yeah, totally. Hey, is this good? Yup. This sounds, yeah, totally. I'm not going to be the one person out of 8 that's like, I can't eat here. This doesn't work for me. So I was like, yeah, screw it. I can find something to eat, or I'll have like a bunch of sides. And they had the incredible burger, and I was like, squee! Incredible burger! Oh my God! So it's really good. If anyone hasn't had it that doesn't eat meat, it's definitely worth trying. I actually don't know if they sell it in stores. I've only seen it at restaurants, specifically like burger joints.
Interesting.
It's worth it. I enjoyed it.
Well, I think this has been just a wonderful episode. Clearly, we're excited about seeing all of you at sea.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
This whole episode is just like, let's talk about the cruise in a year. Less than a year.
Well, because we're excited. It's happening.
It's so
We've been talking about it, and now it's a thing. Well, in the meantime,
I love you.
Stay witty.